comes and goes by Delayed and Anybody from Inside a Saltwater Room 2021. Yes, I have this album on loop. We're coming back to something I haven't worked on in a long while. Uh, a request for a Mind Time controller. Now, I have a Mind Dominator, but Dominator to controller ports generally don't work. For some time ago, done sometime in 2020, I did an illusion time with power boost for a player. Now, I'm not a big fan of power boost, but I understand why a lot of players really love it. And you can, in this window here, where we are with our defense, so put the far side up, we are soft capped on a controller to energy, negative, and range defense. I hit power boost, and we're now soft capped to everything. Yeah, that's a pretty compelling reason to figure out how to stuff power boost into a controller build, especially when it comes to time. Now, there have been some discussions about changing Farsight so that power boost does not provide this kind of overwhelming uh, performance jump. Uh, but last time that anything was done about it was a few years ago. I don't even know if the current developers are and current developers being the homecoming developers. I don't know if they still intend to do something about Power Boost interaction with Farsight. I would kind of count on this particular combination getting something done to it. It didn't really affect my Time Fire Defender, because my Time Fire Defender didn't use Power Boost and still broke the game. But I can see why it's so important on controllers. So what I kind of want to do is I first want to try and fix this particular build. Take a 10R2. And one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Flash. In practice, my illusion controller does not use Flash in a fight because it is a PBAOE foe hold on a character on a set that's really designed around having flight, launching your pets from a distance. Now, right now, my primary Illstorm controller has Rock for seismic smash because she punches things in the face. But she still even then doesn't use Flash. Uh, and here's the key reason why. Flash is a 240-second recharge with a 14-second duration. No matter what kind of hypercharge build you got, and seriously, this is a hypercharge build. The recharge is still at 65 seconds. Let's go ahead and slide it back up. We'll give it the maximum amount of beans it can take. Which in 4 slots, with everything I've got going on, recharge is at 117% ED cap. This is on a build with 233% recharge calculated right now. Yes, that's 233% recharge. And Flash has a recharge of 53 seconds and a duration of 44 seconds. This is an optimum scenario. You have made a build specifically to have Flash up as often as possible, and there's still a massive delay between how Flash is usable. So I just don't use it. Going down the stone side, there's a stun, I think, on the stone stalagmites. That's a lot more useful. So for right now, we're going to kind of just push. Uh, just kind of fix some slots around. Okay. And what I was looking for was distortion field. Sorry, I got ahead of myself and behind of myself. I didn't take distortion field on here. Okay, slots, enhancements, slots, auto range all slots. And distortion field gives us a hold as well. So we can pick up the exact same slotting. And there we made what we kind of do want to free up a slot because we really should not mitigate the knockback on primal forces. Easy place to do would be to take it from chrono shift. Is anything else jumping out to me as you can rob a slot from here? Other than that, not really. And we'll just add knockback to knockdown. Okay. So there's an R2 for the illusion time. And we'll leave it as power boost. Alright, and the point of this was to make a mind time. Now I already know the time build is... So I was looking to see if I could just drag that enhancement, because that's going to bug me. Alright, save. Alright, since I already know the time build is pretty good, very good, I'm just going to do illusion control and swap to mind. And we've lost a lot of powers. And the first thing I know is we're probably not going to be using telekinesis. So we'll swap telekinesis for mass hypnosis. Not really a big fan of levitate, so we'll swap levitate for mesmerize. So we really need to pick up confused. But let's see what we can slot first. Alright, terrify is still picking up these controller enhancements. And we had a 5-slot controller over here with chance for psionic damage. The Spectral Terror had energy font, so every time you put a Spectral Terror out, it'd have a chance to also do an energy font as well. So we'll probably going to shy away from that for a second, because we are going to be short some defense without group invisibility to work with. So go ahead and fill that out. All right. For confuse on deceive, we had a 5-slot confuse. We're still going to be looking to pick up confuse, but for now, we're going to mass confusion is where we're going to put that purple. And we're probably going to drop terrify, because it's really a cone, and most of the time we're probably going to want confuse. And then we'll pick up our... Well, no, we don't want to start dropping an energy font. What's our here? 10% recharge. We'll come back to you. Dominate. Can take a hold. What's our primary here? Moderate damage. So we kind of want to damage power and dominate. Uh, so right now we're going to kind of go for some recharge with Apocalypse. And we'll kind of quasi count on Apocalypse where a Phantasm was picking up recharge. And Total Domination is a range targeted AoE foe hold, 240-second recharge time. Got Ernie went down. Most of these are going to suck. This may be a good place to put our... No, if we want to maximize our damage, we want the font up more often than not. So we'll continue to think about that. We can pick up some ranged defense on Melee's illusions, melees. So we'll kind of hold off on slotting that up for a second. We'll hold off on slotting you. So we've really got Mass Hypnosis, which is a sleep. Again, we probably don't want to put... Alright, let's go and see what our totals actually look like. We'll turn Power Boost off for a second. And what we're looking at is for primarily what our range looks like. And our range is still a lot low. So if we can get that up to... Right now, we'll kind of plan on... We need a good power to put... Distortion Field. Has a chance for hold. That actually might be a great place to put... Alright, slots and enhancement, slots, auto range all slots. And now we'll do our controller ATOs. Alright, confuse. Okay, what's our totals look like? We're actually now into energy, negative, and ranged soft caps. Admittedly with agility, but we no longer have to be cranking Power Boost Farsight to get them. And that's kind of what we wanted. So we just have regular Farsight up, we'll be good. Still kind of a level 50 build because Weave is coming so late. But now we can focus on Mass Hypnosis and Confuse. We're probably not going to be using Total Domination very often, not with Distortion Field and Time Stop offering a value for the hold. So what would be a good... We'll just take Total Domination out for now. We don't really have any pets. I'm thinking maybe if we pick up Temporary Invulnerability, we can get Tough and Weave moved earlier. And we can move our Unbreakable Guards into Temporary Invulnerability. Pick up a slot. And now we've got 5 slots for Mass Hypnosis, chance for Placate, and we can get a recharge time. So we'll be able to put enemies to sleep. This may make this effective for the Lord Recluse Strike Force, possibly. Let's check our sets and bonuses. I am not capped on anything yet. Okay, that's good. All right, Confuse. Now we've already used the purple Mass Confusion. And we've already six-slotted both of our ATOs. Now what we may think about doing is taking Mesmerize to maybe a damage attack? That's an interesting thought. Can I pick up? I just want those for that. It's a very interesting thought. Or swap this for Overwhelming Force. And a 5-slot. What's that going to look like? Take a slot from there and put you on a Confuse. Take a slot from there. Slots and enhancement slots, auto range all slots. Yeah, now I'm being silent as I'm moving slots around. And we want to do Overwhelming Force on you. And then potentially on Confuse. Alright, do we want to do... this one where maybe swap them? See, that's a good question. Because if we're able to mass confuse a mob, then we're not really going to care if we add some damage into the equation. And there is a chance for psionic damage. So, yeah, that's how we'll run this. And if you're trying to confuse a single arc villain, you got Coercive Persuasion on a regular confuse. And you still have a chance to confuse mobs around them. Okay. And we still got Power Boost. I think we have a potential here. See what this looks like. Energy negative, ranged are all soft cap without Power Boost. Without agility, ranged isn't quite soft capped. But we have picked up Distortion Field. Can I make any of those changes backwards? Maybe. Well, probably not. Because, yeah, no. Okay. So we'll save that as R3 Power Boost. Or in this will actually be Mind Time R1 Power Boost. Now what happens if Power Boost gets changed and it's no longer as effective. Well, with everything you've got going on, yeah, there it is. Fissure. Close targeted AoE stun. Seismic smash. Rock armor. Alright, since we didn't have a defense, how are we on? 1, 2, 3. So we can fit in without losing anything. Actually, we could probably. See, we'll think about that for a second. Alright. This is a faux hold, but with a damage. And we're actually just with rock armor already into smashing lethal soft cap before you've actually applied anything. So fissure doesn't do, well, actually it does do. It says moderate damage. What's that actually equate to? That's actually a decent amount of damage. So fissure, we could. That's interesting. We'll take something from fissure. All right, there we go. And now we are into range soft cap, so we can pretty much do whatever we want with seismic smash. All right, Earth Embrace really would be useful just as a proc holder. Tough here on this could use a little bit of endurance reduction. End resist. Not really worried about it because the once you got Chrono Shift running, you can just plow through endurance without a problem. So do we want to do that, or do we want to do a... We'll do defense increase recharge and defense endurance. We could change that temporal mending to a panacea and put the proc here, and that frees us up another slot. Actually, I kind of like that idea. All right, temporal mending. Temporal selection doesn't have the proc. Chrono shift doesn't have the proc, so we'll put the proc on. Temporal mending. Actually, for this one, we skip the heal. And I'll show you why we skip the heal in a second. Because on a PvP proc, Panacea, if you skip the heal and +5 everything else, take that slot out of there. All right, temporal selection is 89, 101, 89, 101. Temporal mending is 89, 89, 89, 89. It still almost near as makes no difference, yellow cap for everything. Uh, and keep in mind, these numbers are without agility, so you could, technically on this build, you could swap into spiritual and really crank the regeneration here. And the heal over time. Now, you might want to run agility for the endurance modification. Right now, we've got one slot to go. We're going to do the here, We'll do slots and enhancement slots, auto arrange all slots. And now we can put a slot into Chrono. Well, Chrono Shift might be good, or maybe Earth's Embrace. Problem is, we're probably Windows, Advanced Totals, Accolades, Freedom Phalanx, Portal Jockey, Attack Force Commander, Atlant Battalion. Okay. Right now, just with Earth's Embrace up, we are at 1783 out of 1606. With Earth's Embrace down, we're at 1376. So, with accolades and nothing in Earth's Embrace, you are capped 2 HP. And with a duration of 120 seconds with no recharge added, you're already at Perma Earth's Embrace. So you can just throw the preventative medicine, chant for absorb in here, call it a day. It's done. You're already hard capped to your hit point cap, and you've got a massive delay, got a massive point between when it recharges and when it's available. So we have one slot left. Um, to help your teammates, might be uh, something like maybe in-mod recharge or in-mod endurance. We do in-mod recharge. Well, our recharge time is already pretty good to begin with, but now we're even more recharged. What did that look like without it? 55 seconds to 52. What's our endurance reduction look like? Endurance reduction is all right. Or, maybe even do nmod increased recharge, increased run speed. That ought to be a hoot. Okay, so there we go. A quick revamp for mind control and time manipulation that still puts you into smashing lethal, energy negative, and range defensive soft cap without power boost. And okay, admittedly, smashing lethal is still level 50, but if you are using scaling enhancements, instead of plus fiving everything, you could be into range soft cap as early as level 30 or level 28 or 25, somewhere around whenever we first kicks in at full scaling values. So there we go. There's a mind time with power boost and a mind time without power boost.